brings you out nearer to Gloria metro station.
Good Gloria.
We sing that every time we approach it on the metro. Very good.
Maybe not that loud, but...
No, not that loud.
Loud. I'm Joe.
I'm Tony.
And we're Roman rookies.
We are going to give you our review of week 10. 1 week to go.
It's very sad, but...
It is very sad.
It is what it is. Gonna move on.
This week has been quite busy, mainly because this has been our sweep week, where we've had a look through and done a big sweep up of anything that we want to still do while we're here. So, because of that, this week we have had our last night in Santa Teresa.
Yeah, every single time we've been to Santa Teresa, we've had a good time. It's kind of bittersweet to be the last time. But regardless of how long we visit, Rio is certainly something you should check out.
We actually went back to our favourite restaurant there, which is...
Gomez.
And we both had a sandwich. We shared some fried cassava. It's just so nice. It's so like old world.
Yeah, it's like a little quaint old man bar. We went to this random little German bar that they have there. The owner is from Germany. But in terms of what I was expecting from like Latin America, this bar is kind of exactly what you'd expect.
It's got like, you know, the wooden cabinets around.
Archways, like glass just out into the street. It's really cool. Probably top 2 neighbourhoods of Rio. Santa Teresa is definitely there.
We have been to Parque Lage. Hopefully I pronounced that right. It's just off from the botanical gardens anyway. So we have came to Parque Lage for the day. It's a little bit rainy, but it's still very nice, isn't it?
Still a good option to do on a rainy day.
Yeah, we've been inside the mansion and had a coffee, which was reasonable.
Reasonably priced for such nice surroundings. You've got it's open roof, it's kind of like a courtyard, and you've got Christ the Redeemer above you, which is a good place for some pictures.
Cool.
And you have a lovely little kind of park area around you, which is very, very tropical and very similar to the botanical gardens.
It is. So we've had our rests, we've had our coffee, and now we're ready for a little explore.
Come with us.
Come on.
All these noises are like in theme parks and other places would be pure sound effects, but yeah, it's all natural.
Yeah. Oh, and we saw a monkey.
We did.
Plural, actually.
Monkeys.
We saw monkeys.
You see a monkey.
There's another one. So we spent a few hours there. Because it's free to get in, I don't think it felt as safe as the botanical gardens, especially as there are some signs if you're doing some of the trails to say watch out for robbery.
That's like, I think, the one down point of Parque Lage.
The only down point. Like, I had such a great time there. There's lots of foliage, trees, it feels very jungly. There's like a old tower, there's a grotto, which is like a collection of caves.
Very picturesque location, a lot of people taking so many pictures in that kind of like courtyard, mansion area. It had everything the botanical garden had, but the way the botanical garden feels kind of like man-made, like we'll put these trees here and this feels more natural. And I said, if you're a limited amount of time and you choose one or the other, I'd definitely do a nature thing like a botanical garden, but I'd probably go with Parque Lage over the botanical garden, purely because it's free and a bit more adventurous and a bit more fun.
What's that we can see? What's that we can see? Oh my god! Oh my god! It's an idiot! It's just so like rich in history and nature and...
It's got something for everyone. If you're kind of like an older couple and just want kind of calm and relaxing coffee, like my parents would like, it has that. If you're like always a little bit younger, like after the coffee you want to go for a walk, it's got that. If you take like your walk and hiking really seriously, I think they have more like, I think it's the beginning of the Corvocodo mountain trail there to go to Christ the Redeemer, so it's got something for everyone. Really.
It's great, I really enjoyed it. Okay, so then the day after that it was slightly cloudy again, so we decided to do Niteroi. So this is a ferry ride or a bus ride away from the city of Rio de Janeiro. We decided to do the ferry because we'd heard good things about it on our walking tours and stuff like that. So when we got there, we were planning to just have a little wander, have a coffee, which is exactly what we did. But I was expecting a little bit more, and I don't know what I was expecting. Just wasn't expecting that.
Niteroi is never on our list of things to do, but on our Buzios trip, the tour guide said like, oh, you know, very kind of upmarket, a lot of money there. By saying that, it sounds like a really, really nice neighbourhood to walk in, like Leblon or like Beverly Hills or something like that. Like, and it really wasn't. There's nothing to see. There's no landmarks. There's no touristy spots. There's no picturesque. I mean, maybe on a bit of a sunnier, better day, we would have liked the view of across the bay to Rio, but even kind of that section of Rio, there's nothing too spectacular. Okay, you can see Sugarloaf, you can see Christ, but in terms of a day out or a visit, it's probably the most disappointing and boring thing we've done in Rio.
Yeah, a little bit disappointing.
A little bit disappointing. It was good to get out for the day and see something new and different part of Rio, but like bland, I'd say, for Brazil.
We finally got a day of sunshine and we went to Red Beach or Praia Vermelha, which is
beach just at the base of Sugarloaf.
Yep.
You'll probably see it going up to the first on the cable car going up to Sugarloaf. It's called Red Beach, so the kind of unique aspect of it is like it's pinky tinge. Yeah. The further I went in, it wasn't like it was initially the beginning part where the wave crashes. The further I went, it was still dirty. There were things like receipts, paper bags, a whole bloody paintbrush, which is disappointing because the beach itself is funky because it's a bit red tinged. It's a lot smaller than Copa, so it feels more private and exclusive. There's barely any sellers, so like you're not bothered that often. But I think that the view is the best part. You've got Sugarloaf literally right there, and out in the distance you have like some mountains and stuff like that. So it really is picturesque. But if you like swimming like we do, or kind of use it as a toilet like we do,
we're gonna cut that.
But if you like swimming and like going in the sea, I wouldn't even say just go in once to experience. Don't go in at all. Red Beach is absolutely filthy, which is so disappointing. But you want to go to take a picture and lie on the beach, it's pretty picturesque. Just ignore it. Just don't go in the water.
Yeah. So then we had our last night out in Lapa. We went for food. In Bordeado.
Terrific.
Which was brilliant. It was all different varieties of pasties.
It's a bit different from back home, a bit smaller, a bit more deep fried. Brilliant market as well. It was like mousse, it was like garden beef, it was like an interpretation of a burger, it was halloumi and fried beef, you had shrimp, we had barbecue.
Really sophisticated flavours. It was brilliant. And then we went to Bordeaux. We've always gone past whenever we've been to Lapa, and it's always been really busy and seemed like a great atmosphere.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. It was live samba music.
The samba was great, a lot better than last week's. The atmosphere was fantastic, everyone was up dancing, having a good time, we joined in. And yeah, the atmosphere is great, not like your regular UK sort of club or bar, it's very brightly lit, a lot of windows, so you know, it felt more lively because of that. Yeah, definitely go to Lapa.
That was a great send off to Lapa last night.
Yeah, we've always felt safe.
Yeah.
Just be worried they can have to pay an entrance fee ticket everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great send off.
And we've kind of been shopping for stuff that we're going to need for our continuing trip, where, you know, every couple of days we're going to be in somewhere different, so we need to be able to access things quickly. We can't be pulling out everything to look for one thing. We need to know where everything is.
We've bought specific clothing for this, but like long sleeves, protected from the sun, protected from insects and bites and malaria. Couldn't live out this week. Mine is a travel adapter. Once again, these are basic normal things that you don't really think of when you think of the excitement of travel, but it is the basic things that become the necessities. Having a travel adapter is absolutely essential. And on top of that, to have one that has multiple outlets. I think we've got one that has about 4 at most.
Yeah, it's got 4 USB ports and it's a universal travel adapter.
Great. Obvious. Couldn't live without this week. How about yourself?
My couldn't live without for the week is one that I didn't think I'd need. It's having phone credit or airtime.
This relates into our issues.
So this is going to lead into our things we've had to face this week.
You need to make your student loan company aware that you are going to be unemployed, and yet you have a student loan with a British student loan company. Be aware that you need to make them aware. Not only do you need to make them aware, you need to prove it, which is a bit of a hassle.
I had to call a student loans company and kind of clarify what they needed and, you know, explain our situation.
Still make sure you have money on your phone
on it,
because for emergencies. That was our first big gripe, was with student loan.
Yeah.
But the second one, which could have turned out much worse, was that I was almost robbed. Not physically, it wasn't like a mugging or anything like that, but when I logged onto my Revolut app, which shows you what you paid out on while you've been abroad, and there was 2 declined payments which weren't made by me.
It was an attempted card cloning.
Once again, we've talked about what we can live out each week. I would say at the end of the trip, the number one thing would have to be Revolut, especially at this stage. It's so clever because Revolut has a card and an app, and you see every single transaction. You see what the conversion rate is and everything. It's you can see when something's successful, you can see when something's failed. It's not like it failed and they didn't tell us about it. They told us at what time for how much. It's absolutely brilliant, and I couldn't recommend Revolut enough.
On a positive note, for the last thing that we've had to face, but went surprisingly well, was sorting out our airport transportation from our Airbnb. We found a website called Mozio, but it seems to kind of be a search engine for airport transportation.
It seems we've got a lot of things in place now for our final week.
Yeah.
Our final week, though we want to get the most out of Rio in our last final days, it does seem to be our focus will be elsewhere in terms of what's next to get stuff ready.
Yeah. So, thanks for watching. If you like our videos, please hit subscribe
And share
and
and like them.
You can also find us with #RoaminRookies. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye. Although we did get bitten by bugs while we were there,
A lot.
and they're so itchy now.
I had like a second elbow the other day.
Oh, it was massive. I wish we took a photo now, right?
It's gross.
Definitely. So yeah.
I'm blocking them.
And we tried cheese balls or bread balls even. Like wrappers and stuff were just like trying to cling to me arm as I was in the water. I was just like. Hey guys, thanks for making it to the end of our YouTube video.
If you liked what you saw, please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content.
You can also find us on Instagram with @RoaminRookies.
I'm at PickPickerRay.
And you can also find me with @TonyCritchley.
Thanks for watching.
Keep roaming.
That was good, it was nice.
Saw Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It was good. Nice little...
We might one day do like movie reviews because that's what we're really passionate about. So whenever we go, yeah, it was alright, expect a bit more in terms of movie reviews in the future.
It's just that we don't want to focus too much on the film.
So why
because
why even say the movie?
Because people might be interested to see
They're not
what movie we
interested.
saw.
They're vaguely interested at the best of times. In the mood for some movie talk? Check out our reviews of the latest and greatest the Silver Screen has to offer on our pop culture channel, Rookie Review. Check out the link in the description below.